I'm live, and I'm loving every minute of it. I hope you guys are all doing good. Let me get to the actual live stream itself so I can look at it and make sure that everything's good. For all I know, I'm not live because I haven't jumped over to Restream just yet. There it is. Okay. So we are live, so that's good. Awesome sauce. Going live over on the, let's see. I'll actually go, yeah. So going live on Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. That's where you're watching this. So hi, hope everyone's doing well. And let's see here. Today's stream is going to be a very informal stream. I'm not doing an official show today because I am doing an official show at 5 p.m. Eastern, so that's 6. Is that right? I gotta look. Let me look. I think it's, let's see, 6 p.m. Eastern, so that's 5 p.m. Central. Boom. So what am I talking about? I'm actually going to be a guest on Speedify's live stream. Speedify is a company that does, they help you like take all of your internet connections and gang them all up into one big solid stream. So they can take like your cable modem, your cellular, if you use Starlink, if you use another type of company or provider, satellite provider, whatever, and basically give you like a unified type of connection, which is really cool. They wanted me to come on with my buddy Rusty Greer, who is someone who is Rusty does work at his church in Tennessee, and he is someone I've known for about, let's see, it's 23, so that'd be 13, so maybe, let's see. No, I probably met Rusty like around 11 or 12. Anyway, Rusty was a fan of ours at GeekBeat. So when we were doing GeekBeat Live, Rusty would be in the chat. He was, he came to CES with us at different events and stuff that we did. He would be there and got to be a friend and a buddy over the last 10 years. And so he's doing live streaming at his church and working in the media there. And so he had reached out to me and said, hey, these guys over at Speedify want to have you on their show. Let's go do something together. And we were going to do something a month or so back, but there was scheduling conflicts and stuff, so we're doing it today at 5. I am going to put a link in the chat to it, just for anybody who wants to see. Bear with me here, folks. Like I said, this is going to be a very informal stream today, very informal. In fact, I want to make sure that the music sounds good here before I... A link in the chat to it, just for anybody. Okay. So the stream today is going to be very informal because I am trying to get a few things set up, if that makes any sense. There we go. Sorry, I'm running several different things here all at once. I'm sorry about that. I know it's not exciting. This is not compelling TV. Let's see. Hey there, live on YouTube and Twitter. Hey, real quick, I can't read it here. I want to make sure I get your name right. We've got these handles and stuff that we use, and while I'm all for handles and all of that, I like to call people by their names. And like I said, I'm running several different things here. I have no, stop it. I know you're like, what the heck is he talking about? I have a iPad here that I'm running something called Duet. I wish I could show you. Can I show you? Let me see. I'll show you. I'll show you if I can. Let me see. I wonder if this camera right here, hello, this is my OBS bot, OBSBot, PTZ, and I don't know, I'm gonna remote control this thing. Anyway, I'm taking this time to get things set up for the live stream that I'm going to be guesting on. I'll be sending the feed from my vMix to them as a webcam, so that I've got proper color correcting, and if I need to switch cameras or something, I can fix all that. So you guys, while I'm doing this, today's a good time to go live, and I think I'm overdriving the audio a little. There we go. Today's a good time to go live and try a couple of things. Get the coloring between this camera and the camera right next to it is a little off. It's not as good as I want it to be. So see, all right, so here's this one, right? And then here's this one. So, these are two totally different set of sensors. This is this one right here is my Canon. What is this one? XF300 that I've been using for about 10. When did we get this? We got this thing in 2010, 2010 was when we started GeekBee. So yeah, we bought this then, and I've been using it every day since. That ought to tell you just how solid a good Canon camera can be. So anyway, it's a Canon, and then of course this is the let's see. Well, this one is my GH4 right here, and I want to get the coloring, and I'm running those through. Why isn't the coloring the same? Because I'm running them through a Blackmagic ATEM. And on the ATEM, if you're using Blackmagic hardware, so if you've got, say, Blackmagic cameras, then you can do all of your color correcting and all that sort of stuff in the ATEM software. You can go in and, make the changes actually on the cameras, which is really cool. You can control those cameras. So that's awesome. But I'm not just using it as a switcher. It's just all it's doing is switching. So I have to make the camera color adjustments in the unit itself. So that's something that I'd like to do here in the next few minutes, and might as well be live when I'm doing it. That way you guys can tell me how things are looking. I want to show you. My brain's going a million different directions. I'm sorry. I did not take my vitamins this morning. So if I'm scattered, I'm sorry about that. I've also got like a million deadlines I'm trying to meet today. We have three premieres happening today on Zondra TV. So just in case you didn't know, go to ZondraTV.com, ZONDRA TV.com, and you can see what we do. You can get the Roku app, you can get the Roku channel, you can get the Fire channel, and you can also get the Apple TV channel and watch Zondra TV. So that's something that I do. When I'm not doing Church Media Creators. My two big things that I'm doing are Church Media Creators and Zondra TV. So Zondra and I started that network a few years back. She wanted to have a show, and had actually she didn't even want to have a show. She just wanted to do a couple of shows, right? With her friends sitting around the campfire and just talking about some different stuff. That turned into a couple of episodes that we put out on, I think we did Vimeo. I don't think we did YouTube. And she shared them around, and people started liking them, and they were like, "Ooh, can you interview me? Ooh, can you interview me?" And then, what? Okay, so we started interviewing other people, and the next thing you know, we've started a network because someone came to us and said, "Hey, have you thought about having a Roku channel? That's a cool idea." So we put together a Roku channel, and then we weren't happy with that one, so we got with a company that I worked with when I was doing working for a different network, for the Biz TV and U2 America cable networks. And so the back end software that we use there, we decided to go ahead and set up and use for Zondra TV, and then that really took off. So now we have the 3 channels on Roku, Amazon, and Apple TV. And then our stuff is being syndicated by some other platforms. So some of our shows are being distributed by other streaming channels, which is cool. And then we have other streaming channels other networks that have things that they wanted to have on our network, so we have those things. So anyway, you can check out the Web TV app on ZondraTV.com, ZONDRA TV.com, and you can also get the channels and see what I do when I'm not doing this. I would say 90% of the stuff on there that you see, definitely anything that starts off with Zondra TV Originals. When you see that, you know that I did that. I was producing it, shooting it, editing it, the whole thing. And then other things, there's nothing on there that I haven't run my fingers through. So you can see we're pretty busy. So anyway, all of that to say that I've got deadlines. We're launching 3 shows on Zondra TV today. What we do is when a producer comes to us, wants to do a show, then we will work with them, help develop the idea of the show, develop the look and feel, all that sort of stuff, put a set together and all that. We actually have an incubator that we put them through. So we'll get 5, 10, 15 producers coming in a quarter and saying, hey, we want to we want to do television. How do we do it? And so we put them through a 12-month incubator where we teach them from stem to stern how to do all of this, and we actually do it with them in a lab kind of environment. We've got a set, we call it our lab set, where that's what we configure for their shows. So that we walk them through that entire process. Now, as it turns out, we've got 3 shows, season 1, and season 1, 3 season 1s of 3 different shows that are premiering today. So I'm getting the final bits and pieces in place and all that, so that when they have their premiere events this evening, everything's there. That is all the other stuff that I'm working on. So that's why this is not going to be a long string today. But I love to keep you guys abreast on what's going on. Okay, the chat is going crazy. There's like a million chats in here. So what I was saying, let me go back over to this. I'll walk you through just some of the stuff here. So on this camera right here, this sits off to the side. This other one is right in front of me. These two are not 90 degrees from each other, 45 degrees from each other. Anyway, I want to see if I can just manually control it, because I believe I can. There we go. So if I tap to lock, okay, it's following me. That's great. If I unlock it, then I should be able to, yeah, there you go. I can just manually, so maybe you can see. I don't know if you can see. Maybe you can see. Right here, I've got a iPad, and I've extended my desktop onto there. So I'm going to go put the chat up on there so that I can look at the camera and look at you guys as well. So let's see. So I can do that. That way I'll be looking at the camera and then I can see the chat. Look at the camera, see at the chat. That's what I do when I have the notes. When Curtis and I have not a script, or we do an outline of the show, I always have it like right here so that I can be looking at it and see the next question. And hopefully it won't be, let's see, I'm looking at the play. Yeah, so it won't look horrible. It won't be like I'm looking over here at this screen the whole time when I'm talking to him or reading what's going on. It's not like I'm like looking away trying to find something, and being obtuse. Is the audio a little hot? It seems to be. Let me bring up the chat so I can actually see what you guys are saying. If y'all are all in there yelling at me and saying all kinds of junk, I need to know. All right, where is this? Okay, we are live, so there you go. Booyah. So you will actually get some good content today. It just will be on another channel. And I will take some of that stuff. Oh, I can break the chat out, can't I? I can do that, right? As a pop-up. Yes, pop-up chat. Booyah, that's what I'm looking for. Make the chat, so I don't have to move an entire browser over there. Just make the chat, drag it up. That is fan-diddly-tastic. All right, so there we go. Who's saying what? Let me see what's going on. Tommy, yes, he wants compelling content. Okay, good, Tommy. Then I'm compellificating you. Okay, that's what I'm going for. Let's see. Oh, Justin. Okay, live on YouTube and Twitter. Justin, awesome, good deal. Nice to see you there, Justin. If you turn the music down. Oh, so I need to turn the music down just a little bit. Okay, hang on. Is that any better? Let me know if it gets better. The main camera is called the hard cam. If you were watching WWE, that's funny. Oh, thanks, Tom. Tommy says that my audio is the best he's heard it yet. Good, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to, I'm not monitoring it. I haven't set that up yet where I can actually monitor myself in here. I don't want to have like lag and stuff like that, so I monitor. And I'm using a and I'm not sure I like it. I kind of like it, but I'm not sure I like it. I'm using the, what is this? Manoa? Maono. I don't know. It is a little unit. I can probably show it to you. Let's drive. Let me drive. I'll show you. I wanted to try this. You guys have heard about the Rodecaster and the other similar types of digital audio devices, right? I've been using USB mixers for a long time. Just stuff from Behringer or Rode, that or Yamaha, whatever, that plug in as a USB device, so you get a USB audio, a clean audio signal coming in, and I decided I want to get the Rodecaster, and I probably will at some point. I want to make sure that that it will do what I want it to do, and I know it will because I've got friends that use it. I've seen it in action, and it's fantastic and stuff. I didn't want to drop the $600 price on it. So I wanted to try some of these other things, and I'd been seeing this thing, this I can't even know. How do you say it? Maono. Maono. Caster, whatever. It's this little mixer that you have a couple of inputs. You can bring Bluetooth in, which is how you're hearing the music. And then you've got a couple of pads on here that you can use. I'm going to try, I don't even know which one is which. Let me see. Somebody tell me what this is because I'm not monitoring it. There should be a sound effect. Is it applause? I don't remember. I don't have them labeled. But anyway, let me drive. And I'll see if I can just show you this thing here. There we go. Can we go all the way down? No, darn. We can't. Oh, man. Yeah, we can't. That's funny. Let's see. I would have to mount the camera. Let's see. Come back over here, camera. I would have to mount the camera. I mean, now you can see behind. Okay, so you want a tour? I'll give you guys a quick tour. Here's my light. Here is the what do you call it? Camera. There we go. There's that Canon. There's a light back here behind that's shooting up on the wall. You can see the iPad right there. You can see my two monitors. So I've got a widescreen monitor and I've got a 4K vertical that I have sitting here. I got my other camera over there. We've got another light. We've got there it is. There's the, boom. You should be able to see up here at the top. You should be able to see that's the GoPro. That's a Hero 7 Plus, something like that. Let's see. This is all backwards. I'm trying to drive it backwards. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so there's my this is the GH4, and there's the closet right back over there. That's where all the Legos are stored. Here, I'll show you a super behind the scene thing. This right over here, this is Jana's Lego table. This is where Jana works on Lego projects. Okay, so yeah, that's the tour. Let's see. Go around. I don't want to. There you go. Ah, there's the other side. Okay. So there's the other desk. This desk put together for shooting. If you look, let's see, right up there. There's the camera for it. That is a Panasonic G100. And I have a Nikon lens on it, and the lens I have is from about 1978, something like that. It's one of my dad's lenses. So it's was it a 20 millimeter, 25 millimeter? It's a 20 millimeter lens that I put on there, and then I put a little adapter to. It was a wide, so it's a wide adapter. So when you put a 25 millimeter lens on a Micro Four Thirds sensor, which is what that is, you're effectively getting we're gonna say, because of the crop sensor, it's not a full frame sensor. So you in round numbers, you basically double, right? So 25 millimeter lens on a crop sensor, which is what the Micro Four Thirds is, you end up with in effect a 50 millimeter lens, which if you've done any interviews and stuff, having that nifty 50 gives you a really good interview type of a shot. In this case, this is a 1.4 f1.4 aperture, and everything's manual, so I don't do anything in the camera. So I've got that aperture at like 1.4 or 1.6, something like that. Maybe 2, I can't remember. So anyway, the shot from there looks really good. So I put a wide adapter on it as well. Anyway, the long and the short of it is it's a great shot, and it's a shot that basically is the reverse of where I am right now. So the idea being behind this setup, having these two setups, and then can I show you? There it is. It's going to be hard for you to see, but see that screen right here? Okay, so you got the YouTube pillow, right? Got Hogwarts. You got the Central Perk Cafe. You move over, other way. There, right there. So right there, you can't even see it. There is a phone right there and a little ring light phone for doing another type of short. So the idea is that I do the live show here. If I do meetings or anything like that, I do them all right here on this camera here. And then I go over to this other set, shooting the opposite direction, where I can shoot stand-up videos. I can shoot regular on-demand YouTube-style videos. All those get shot over there. If I want to demo some products or whatever, I'm able to do it because I've got the overhead camera. I've got the space to lay something out, put something together, assemble something, do whatever. Can do that all right there. And then the other spot, and from that spot too, I've got a huge list of shorts that I want to do, reels that I want to do. So I'm going to shoot all of those over there because it's a cool look. But then also I want to switch up that look a little bit with that other camera that's back over there. So the idea being that the different types of content that we put on the channel here that Curtis and I do, different types of content, have a similar but different look, right? So that's what I'm going for. So 3 sets. I'll call them 2.5 because that one, whatever it is, the one that's back there on the privacy screen, that one is just, I'm going to experiment with it. I want to see. I'm actually going to do. It'll be interesting. A little experiment. There have been times if you've done anything with YouTube Shorts or Reels or anything like that, then one of the things that it's interesting. So the YouTube algorithm works such that it will pull content to you. Okay, so flip your thinking around. The YouTube algorithm does not push your content out to people. Okay, what it does is from the user perspective, right? So from the viewer, that's where the way they design everything is from the viewer's perspective. So me, a viewer, I've got a YouTube channel right up here. Let me spin this around. Let's see. I went the opposite direction. There we go. I'm going to spin this around and I'll show you. Okay. So this TV right here, There it is, that TV right there. I watch YouTube on that throughout the day. And the shows, the things that I watch, the things I may be watching Sean Cannell's channel over at Think Media. Sean's a buddy in this space. I may be watching Nick Nimmin stuff. So as I'm editing, as I'm preparing for live, as I'm working on products for you guys, workshops, whatever, I'll be having that stuff go on. So what happens is if I start watching something that I haven't watched before, then because I'm the viewer, then YouTube will go, all right, let's show him the next one, right? So if I watch, I watch a lot of Ruslan KD. He's a what would you describe Ruslan? I'm gonna say he's a commentator, a commenter. And I just got a message from my ex-wife. Hold on 2 seconds. Okay. Kid pickup stuff. Anyway, sorry. Ruslan, right? So a commentator. So he does reaction videos. He does live shows. Does like a daily live show. Thought-provoking interviews. He interviews people from all around Christendom, thought leaders, pastors, theologians, musicians, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, it's really good. Ruslan KD, check it out. Big channel. Great production value. Great production value. So I watched something from Ruslan, and then it says, "Hey, you want to watch something else from Ruslan?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's see that." Or if I walk away and it just rolls on to the next video, it will be something else from him, and it could be something from him from earlier that day, from a week ago. It could be something from a year ago. He has Greg Laurie on there. So if I watch a snippet from a Greg Laurie interview, then it may, and one of the things that he does is he'll do like this really long podcast, right? And then he'll cut it up according to the subject. So he may have a 10-minute talk with Greg about the Jesus movie, right? Or the Jesus Revolution movie. Then if they talk about Israel in that same thing, then there'll be another video on or another segment that he chops up into a separate video talking about Israel. So what happens is with the YouTube algorithm is because I watch a Ruslan video, if I walk away, it may go straight to another Ruslan video. And let's say I'm watching something in a conversation with Greg Laurie. It may show me another conversation that he had with Greg Laurie. It may show me the entire interview. It may show me let's say that it's Greg Laurie talking about Revelation, end times things, current events and end times, right? So that clip is over. If he talked with him last year about something, it may just roll on to that one from a year ago. And then when that one's over, it may automatically or either roll automatically to another video or recommend, say, one of Harvest Ministries, Greg Laurie's sermons on Revelation from 2 years ago, right? So what it's doing is my behavior is pulling the content to me that I want, right? So if I stop watching Ruslan and watch a Nick Nimmin video, then the next video up, if on its own, if I walk out of the room and it runs a couple commercials and moves on to the next video, could be another Nick Nimmin video. If I I watch a lot of Ruslan, and I watch, who did I watch? I saw something, an interview that was recommended because I watched Ruslan. It recommended you may like Kirk Cameron. So and I do like Kirk Cameron. Like Kirk, we're the same age. I've liked Kirk Cameron since I was a kid, and he was on Growing Pains. So there was a video that was on the same topic that was the Ruslan video was on, and I got exposed to Kirk Cameron's show on TBN. Fantastic. So all of that to say, one of the things I want to do is I want to play with shorts because YouTube pushes shorts out faster than it pushes out the longer form content. In fact, one of the things that they're doing is they're letting people that have shorts, if you watch 2 or 3 of our shorts, then they may say, hey, you've watched 2 or 3 of Dave and Curtis's shorts, maybe you'll like one of their live streams. So we'll let you know when they're going live. Or maybe you'll like this video that Dave did 2 years ago. And so we'll show you that, which is really cool. Now, that's a strategy that you guys can use for your churches as well, is because YouTube is working and pushing out the shorter form content and mixing it with the longer form content, and so many people are walking around. I actually mentioned this in the updated version of the Live Streaming for Churches the Easy Way book, that there's so many people are walking around with their heads down, scrolling through shorts or reels or TikTok or what have you. That's just commonplace now. When I'm waiting online for something, I'll be kind of scanning through the shorts. When I am, nothing's on TV and I'm winding down for the evening, I may get on some reels or whatever in Facebook and, kind of fall down that rabbit hole for 15 minutes. So because people are doing that so much, they're going to surface your stuff if someone watches that, and especially if they watch it 2, 3, 4 times, then they'll be like, all right, a few more down, I'll show them another one from this person. And hey, look, they've watched 5 of these. 3 of them they've watched 2 times, 3 times in a row. I wonder if they'll like some of their longer form content. And then next time you go to YouTube and bring it up on your TV or on your laptop or what have you, you may see one of our shows being recommended because you watched some of our shorts, maybe liked a short, shared a reel, did something like that. Hey, we'll show you some more stuff from there. One of the things I want to do is I want to do the same short, but I'm going to do it at 2 different places. One I'm going to do natively on a mobile device and upload it. The other one I'm going to do more formally over here at that other camera. The same thing. I'm going to upload them at the same time and see which one gets traction. I have noticed that I will upload a short, and for whatever reason, it gets some traction. People get a notification, they watch it, it shows up on their phone, they watch it, and then all of a sudden, for an hour or 2, boom, 700 views, 1,200 views, 1,500 views. Awesome. The exact same topic, maybe just a different short, I will upload again, say, the next day and release at the same time, and no traction whatsoever. 50 views, 80 views, that's it. I'll delete it, upload it again. Like I did this about 2 weeks ago. There was one that wasn't moving as fast as I thought maybe it would, so let's try. Deleted it, re-uploaded it, and the original one was like 80 views. After the deletion, the re-upload of it, 400 and something views. Awesome. So that's part of the strategy, is to if something is not performing well, maybe delete it and put it back up and see if it performs better. I've had videos that I've got videos that are 3 and 4 years old that are still performing like crazy. Getting 100 or 200 views a day, which is awesome. And then I have videos that I think are awesome that haven't been performing whatsoever that all of a sudden will, because all of a sudden, whatever the other thing was, the say a short or a previous topic or something, say maybe from a live stream or something, then someone else finds that thing, and now all of a sudden it is. So there's experimentation. So I'm going to experiment. I would definitely encourage you guys to experiment as well with shorts and with your content and stuff. Anyway, I didn't mean to go off on all of that. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm going to check the... let's see. Tommy says your LED lighting is making it hard to judge color. Are you talking about the LED lighting in the room, like the ambient lighting? It could. I see what you're saying. Like having the lavender on the wall could be messing up, right? Yes. In an ideal situation, the wall would be gray. I was in a color suite at a studio here in town last week, and it's awesome. It was set up like a color suite should be. Neutral gray walls, dim. It's dim in there. There's some incandescent lighting back behind, and then just the screens in front of you and the DaVinci console in front of them. Really cool. So anyway, the cameras here, the sensors and stuff are different, right? So I'm literally mixing two separate color theories when I'm using a Canon and a Panasonic in the same setup. The Canon is biased more towards blue-red, right? And the Panasonics are biased more towards green-yellow. That's their color science is just a little bit different. So when I white balanced for both of these, I put the card right here. I've got these two lights. So I put the card right here and got that camera done, and then shifted just a little bit so that this light would be the dominant light hitting the other one. And these two lights are dialed in. This one over here is just a hair lighter. This one over here is a hair more amber. This one is a hair more. I've mixed, right? So I dialed in. So amber comes in and the white comes in. You know, it's not 55K. It could be, this one could be 42K, or this one is like 44K, and this one is, you know, 4,000 or something like that. So anyway, that when I set the white balance, this one ends up being just that little bit more red to it. It's frustrating. So I've got to dial that in. This one over here, the where'd it go? This one. Am I in focus? I'm trying to see. There you go. When I lock it for tracking, then everything goes, you know, the focus gets set and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, this one I tried to dial the color in, and I need to make a couple of adjustments so we can do that together here. Let me see what else is going on in here in the chat. Let's see. Justin says the side camera looking cool. Was looking at getting one. It moves when you move. Oh yeah. The OBS bot. I'll put a link real fast in the chat for y'all guys. Y'all guys, boy, can you say Southern? Yeah, it's really cool. The owner of the company reached out to me. This is the OBS bot Tiny 4K. Reached out to me and said, "Hey, you want to try this?" And sent it to me, and I said, "Sure." And so he sent it to me, and so I'm going to actually do a video or two on it. I love it. I mean, I really do. I think it's extremely cool. I mean, I added it to my setup here, right? Instead of, you know, putting a third camcorder over there, I wanted to put that so that I could do stuff. Are we on that camera? I'm not. Yeah, we are on that camera. So I could do stuff like this if I wanted to. You know, I could step away from the desk and, you know, really get animated with you if I need to really get animated with you. And you know, it's just a more unique look. So let me go over here. There we go. See, yeah, that's totally cool how that's following. I love that. And they make a, let's see, let me get the link. I'll put it in the chat for you guys real quick. They make a, let's see, OBS bot Tiny 4K. There you go. They make a gimbal, let's call it, for that is basically the base of this with the intelligence that this has, but that you put your phone on. So it's a clip that'll hold your phone, and then you can use your phone to do the shooting, and you can use their brains and their servos and their gimbal to follow it. And I would like to get my hands on one of those too. What's cool about that is that you can be anywhere. So you just take this thing, put it on a tripod, set it on a desk, whatever, put your phone on it, and then and the examples they use is someone who might be doing ballet instruction or doing some sort of a physical type of of tutorial or something where they need to move around a lot and not just stand right in front of the camera, well, this will follow them. So think about a dance instructor, think about a Pilates instructor, yoga instructor who's going to be moving, weightlifting. If you're making those kind of videos, then you can be much more engaged with your audience and not have to have a camera person running that camera and stuff. Just it's going to track you around there. It's extremely cool. Yeah, I want to get my hands on one of those and try that. I think that's really cool. I'm going to cut back over here. All right, let's see. So I want to dial in. I'm going to dial in the video the color here just a little bit if I can. All right, let me see what's going on. Let's see. Oh, you are a bot. Thanks. Side camera you're using moves with you. Looking at getting one at some point. Yep. Let's see. Well, there's a lot of people. What's going on here? All right. Matt wants to know, must be a generational thing. I can't stand the shorts. Yeah, so let's address that for a sec. Let's talk about that for just a second. We've been talking about shorts. Matt in the chat says that it must be a generational thing. You can't stand the shorts. I understand that. You want to talk about a generational thing? Just talk about an industry thing. I make television. I make movies. I make documentaries and stuff. I deal in a horizontal frame world, right? Because the big screen, right? The television screen, they're all horizontal. There's a 16:9 ratio, or a cinematic ratio to video. So when vertical video started becoming a thing, I fought it like crazy, okay? But we have to remember something, that your preference, my preference, I prefer big screens and wide screens, okay? But our preference is irrelevant when it comes to creating content, right? The way we consume, I watch YouTube. Most of my YouTube I watch right here on a screen, or on the one behind me. The reality is that I and you are more of an aberration now than in the general populace, the general public, because 80% or better of content is consumed on these phones. It's consumed on a widescreen device that people are holding in their hand like this. That's just the reality. That's the way it is. There's nothing, we can try to educate people that they need to turn it horizontal. 8 billion people on the planet. Okay, everybody listen to me. Okay, that's not going to happen. So that reality is, if you're going to create content, then you need to create content that is going to be likely to be seen by people. One of the ways to ensure that it is going to be seen by people, or to help increase the chance that it's going to be seen by people, is by creating it in the format that they are used to seeing, right? So everyone is looking at their phone. Now, I'm not saying your entire sermon or an entire Bible study or a documentary or a testimonial video or someone's story, episodic television. I'm not saying all of that needs to be created in a vertical medium, because right now the vertical medium is used in one use case, which is when people are picking up their phone and just consuming something. We still have, and we will get away from, I think, a television in every room of the house. We will probably have the one TV where we watch the big movies, but the rest of our regular content that we create or that we consume will be consumed on our portable devices, right? So when people are used to watching things that are vertical, create content that is vertical. So the easiest, lowest hanging fruit, the easiest way to do that is your horizontal content that you create, say your sermons, sermon series, etc. You chop some of that up into bite-sized pieces, snackable content, that's what we call it. Snackable content for people that consume snackable content. They're already consuming that content. It's incumbent on us to be there as well if we want to reach them with any kind of a message or any kind of a thought or any kind of inspiration or encouragement. So create the content that people are consuming, or in the medium that they're consuming. Create content for that, whether you like it or not. That's irrelevant, because we're content creators, and if we're creating the content, we want people to watch it. How are they watching it? Okay, let's make it for that. So be encouraged. You don't have to enjoy it yourself. Some of it I do enjoy. Some of it I think is ridiculous. Some of it I think it is lazy. So that's just, that's neither here nor there as far as trying to get our message out to someone else. So create vertical content. Let's see. I'm probably going to get yelled at now. Let's see here. Let's see. Shorts get views and subs. Yes, they do. And let's see. Deleting and uploading, not a great idea. Okay, deleting and uploading, not a great idea. Normally rename it. Okay, so here's the thing. It depends on what it is, right? If you have already dialed in and gotten your title, there's an entire strategy for making titles. And we're going to cover that. We're not going to cover it today, but we will cover it. A strategy for making titles. Even making titles of sermons when your sermon already has some sort of a title. The pastor will make a title that actually speaks to the people that are sitting there, not necessarily the people out in the world, right? So sometimes the title that you put up for your sermon needs to be, well, it always does. It needs to be targeted at what the message is about, or what question the message answers that people are asking out there, so that when people are searching for that type of thing, you show up, right? So refining the title, that's one thing. Changing the thumbnail, that's another thing. You do those things, and when you hit on the right combination, then all of a sudden it's going to start surfacing and being pulled by other people out there, and then it will get traction. When it comes to shorts, shorts have a shorter shelf life, okay? Shorts are snackable content, so we're talking on this platform a minute or less, right? So one of the things that YouTube does is when a short is published, they start, the first hour is where everything kind of happens, right? So in the first hour, if it is being viewed by a certain threshold of people, they will find people that have some of the same characteristics as the people that have already viewed it, or this, we talk about how the viewer pulls it. So people that have some of the same characteristics, the same viewing habits, the same interests as the person next to them that has viewed it, they will, those metrics or whatever may allow it to be surfaced to them. So if more people are like it, they will widen the audience a little bit more. So, let's say in the first, minute, it gets 100 views. Okay, well, this one has got some traction. So we're going to widen it, okay? Because there are billions of things in the short section of YouTube, billions of videos that are in there. They want to make sure that video gets shown to the right people at the right time. So if it starts getting traction, they widen it out. Let's show it to more. If it gets more traction, hey, let's show it to more. It gets more traction, let's show it to more. It hits a threshold where they've shown it to more, and there's, whereas let's say they show it. They show it to 100 people, and they all like it. Some of them watch it, and hit the little plus sign, leave a comment. Let's say they watch it 2 or 3 times. Great, let's show it to 500. And so the 500, they've reacted to it or whatever. Awesome. Let's show it to 700. And then all of a sudden, not everybody's liking it. Some people are just, zipping past it and not staying to watch it and stuff. They start to realize, hey, we have sort of hit our peak for this piece of content. So we will now move it out of the way so that other stuff can come to the surface, and we will treat it a little bit more traditionally than the way we treat it when it first comes out. Okay, so if you have good, compelling content, people are going to get notifications. Did you on this channel? Do you guys set the notifications to be notified when we go live, to notify when we upload something, to notify when we have a short? One of the things that I see is with some of the people that I follow that I have like all notifications on is I'll get a notification on my phone when a short comes up, when something that they put in the community tab, you know, the posts, you know, the Facebook-ish type of post, that section of the YouTube channel. I'll start seeing those things come up. If I react to them, I'll start seeing more of them, and I'll start seeing more. And when I just go to the YouTube app and just start browsing around, these people will show up. Anyway, sometimes because that first hour is kind of like the critical time that determines how much more play is going to be available for your short. If you get, you know, into the day and you got 20 views, delete it and try uploading it again. You know, you may want to change the title. For me, the action is in that first hour, tweak the title a little bit. Beyond that, if it's gotten 75 views and others are getting 300 or 400, or some are getting, you know, 16, 1800, 1000, 2000, fantastic. This one that got 75, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to change the title. I'm going to upload it again, and let's see what happens that first hour, right? It's pretty cool. Let's see. Pete, good morning from Northern California. Well, good morning from Northern Texas. Let's see. Okay, guys, I am going to have to go. Like I said, I've got, I want to dial in the color here while y'all are here. And then I'm going to have to go. So let's go and play with the color. Did I make a screen? There it is. Okay. All right, so I've got my color wheels up. I know you guys can't see them, but I've got my color wheels up, and I'm going to start playing with them just a little bit here. Let's see. I think I can. No, why isn't that? I want to share the screen so that you guys can see it. Local desktop capture. I think it's display 1. Is it? There it is. Okay. Now I can share it with you. Okay. So there we go. Here's the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, okay, there's that, and then here's the other one. Okay, so all right, so you guys should be seeing this. Here's the screen over here, and I'm gonna have to jockey back and forth between the preview to see, because I'm sharing this with you. Okay, so I need to, all right, let's start playing. Did I do anything over here? I did not. Let's auto white balance. All right. Looks like it did just a little bit of tweak in there. All right, now over here, when I go, All right. There's a big difference between a webcam and a full frame 10-bit sensor that is on, like the big camera. Big difference. I think that might be better. What do y'all think? Let's see in the chat here. You using this camera next week? What programs that you share using? Okay, so using this camera, are you referring to the OBS camera, OBS bot? I use it for different things. What I want is an alternate angle, so that's why I'm using it. Now is a good time to do that. I don't know what's going to be going on the live stream that I'm guesting on today. So what I want to do is have this camera. If they say, "Can you show us your studio?" then I can say sure, and I can cut to this, and then do the walk thing. Well, it's not locked on me right now, but do the walk thing and let it kind of follow me around the studio a little bit. So I want that flexibility, and I've been meaning to dial in the color. Let's see. I think there's still a little green that needs to come out of it, I think. Where are we going? If I just do the basic autocorrect, what did it do? All right, basic autocorrect. Now, I don't have a preset for it. Nope. All right, now jump back to it. I want to make sure that this thing is sharp looking. There we are. Now, you probably, you should be able to see the console. Check messing with the image. Oh, HDR. Did that? That may be. Aha! When HDR was on, that's why it's looking weird. So I turned off the HDR function on the camera. Now, let me jump in here and do a little tweaking, and let's see what I have. Basic autocorrect. Okay. And there we go. There we go. Are the highlights good? Okay, now let's go back. I know, what do y'all think? I'm going to make it full screen. All right, so I'll look about halfway between the two. What do you think? Okay, so this one, it looks like I need to put just a little more yellow. Do we have scopes? Boy, it'd be great to see scopes on this. Anyway, I think that's close. What do y'all think? Tell me what you're thinking. Looking better? Okay. Let's see. Matt says, okay. Matt, this is what you're looking at here. This is vMix. How did I share the screen in vMix? It's cool. You just go add input and hit more. And then here's a list of the different types of things that you can have. So I could do an image, I can do photos, a whole bunch of photos, I could do a PowerPoint, I could do color bars, I can do NDI or desktop capture. So if I have an NDI signal out on my network, a camera that's coming, or in this case it's the output from the Mac Mini over there that's asleep right now. But You can also do desktop capture, and then you can choose the apps that you have running, and or your display. So I could show you guys the display 3 is the iPad. So let's just do that for giggles. Okay, this is the iPad. That is display 3. So anything that I am running up on my iPad is going to show up right there. So anyway, it's cool. Really, really cool that I can do this, which makes doing a tutorial, especially on software, which if you can see the list, I have got a lot of stuff to teach you guys on OBS and vMix, and we're even going to do some Ecamm stuff over on the Mac. So anyway, I think I have got this dialed in much closer. I like that. Okay, so the blues are a little blue, whereas they're more purpley on the other, even though they really are blue. All right. So anyway, are they blue? No, they're blue. Yeah, they're blue. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I think this is good. This is good for now. If you guys have any more questions, now is the time. Otherwise, I'm going to bid y'all farewell, and I'm going to get the rest of the shows launched for their premieres tonight. And I will see you guys. I'm going to put. Let me go grab the link for the show. It is this one. I'm going to paste it here in the chat, and I'll be putting out a thing on Facebook as well, so that you guys can come join. It ought to be a good discussion. So I would love for y'all to join me. It'll be 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 Eastern, and I'm guessing we go for about 45 minutes or so. So would love for you guys to be in there. If you're in there, say hi, and we will check you guys out later. Y'all have a fantastic, wonderful, amazing, fantastic day. I'll see y'all soon.